Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Gargle God. And as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Yep.
And today, joining us for another time, again, with a number, Paul. How you doing, bud?
I'm way better than Gargle God right here. Holy shit. Thanks for saying my name. Gosh, damn.
How you doing, Gargle?
How'd you get that name?
Okay. Okay, he's mute. All right, Paul,
Yeah.
you got something you want to share with us? You said it was real quick.
Huh? Oh.
No, the story you were going to tell us.
Oh, quick story? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, sure, fine, why not? So, what was this? Yesterday. I go into a store, right? This is not the other one, though. All right, cool. I go into the store yesterday, right? I'm carrying 2 5-gallon jugs. And it's like those places where they take like people who were like on drugs and stuff, and they kind of like a rehabilitation center, somewhat. So I walk in there, right, and there's this lady, and she sees me walk in with 2 5-gallon jugs, and she's like, "Ooh, he's strong." And so I'm walking in, I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I know." And then there's this just older black dude sitting next to him. He goes, "Yeah. Make you feel like your dick's long, huh? I wish my wife tells me that shit." And I didn't know what to say. I was like, "Yeah." I walked out.
Yeah.
And that was at work. I had to go do like 5 more stops after that. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I've never had that before. I've had people say, "Oh, yeah, you don't have to work out, do you?" But this guy said, "Yeah, I bet you feel like your dick's long now, huh?"
When he told me that, I was dying.
Yeah,
He sent me a video.
So the snap story immediately right after.
How do you feel about that story, Gavin? I thought it was pretty funny. What about you?
I was waiting to be addressed by Gavan before I said anything. I was about to go this whole episode without saying shit. But I'm glad Mr. Long Dick Dong over here has had a great day at work.
It's a terrible day,
I
actually.
can attest to that, yeah. Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just what part?
That story happened.
Oh, yeah. It definitely did.
It definitely did.
That was the first, guys.
All right. Jacob, let's swallow this.
Whoa.
And we have returned once again because we left and now we are back. Let's start with the fun stuff.
The fun stuff?
The
I'm
fun
stuff.
stuff. She-Hulk's first episode aired last week.
And we're talking about the fun stuff.
Ooh.
Well, the fun stuff is Gavin's, review on it. So, Gavin, what did you think?
You watched it?
It left a lot to be desired, considering a lot of first episodes of these Marvel TV shows usually tend to be the best, or around the best quality. And the middle usually tends to be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning, if this last episode is going to be good, then it's definitely going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. Which means I could probably say that the rest of the series is going to be a little disappointing, considering the first episode didn't really hit home that well.
Was there any good parts?
The credits. No.
When it ended.
When it ended.
Her getting her powers, I guess.
No.
Even though it was too quick. That should have been the full first episode, in my opinion. Her getting her powers, but it was just so quick.
It was very reminiscent of like a CW show, but like the later CW shows, not like
Flash.
Arrow. Or so it was just very corny, very cheesy. I'm not one to complain about the CGI, but the CGI is very jarring to look at, even on Hulk, someone that they've had as model for 10 years, and he looked great in the first Avengers movie 10 years ago. And in this one, he just looks like a bad video game model.
Which, I mean, if the budget was that big of a deal, couldn't they have just made him Banner? Like, sure, you want to show She-Hulk because it's her show, but we already know what Professor Hulk looks like.
Could have.
Like,
They're also Disney.
if
budget isn't an issue.
But I mean, if it really came down to that, I feel like we could have just saved a couple dollars by just using normal Mark Ruffalo, not Professor Pussy. who has no idea how to control his anger.
Yeah, at all. That was another thing about
That was in the first one.
her whole rant of she controls her anger infinitely more than Bruce does because she
And better.
because she gets catcalled in the street.
Because she's a woman.
Incompetent men explain her work to her. And yeah, so she said that to Bruce Banner, a guy who
While
was,
angry as shit, by the way. Said
a
that
guy
angry as shit.
who was hunted by his own government and who's had multiple suicide attempts and
Fought a titan.
Love of his life died.
love of his life died. And he
Single-handedly.
wasn't strong enough to save her.
Single-handedly
that
saved the
stuff.
universe.
But catcalling, that holds a candle to it, I think.
I think against normal people and outside of the realm of fiction, that could have had some weight. It's like, oh, I can understand being harassed, stuff like that, being treated as if you're dumb. I can see that genuinely being something that would anger the hell out of you, which is fine. But you can't say that to a character like Hulk. You said that to the worst possible person.
True.
Like anybody else.
Someone
would have been.
whose whole like catchphrase was like, "Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry," and all that stuff.
And it's been like, I mean, again, going back into fiction, he's just like, compared to catcalling, which again is a real problem. But I mean, I feel like trying to kill yourself and failing several times is a little bit more of a glaring issue.
I got told I have a long dick, and I felt pretty cool about that. So I don't know what you're talking about catcalling.
So I mean,
Oh, you're strong.
I got called. I was getting catcalled.
It was just-
I was not angry at all.
2 episodes ago, when Gavin had his Hulk rant and talking about how the MCU
this
has ruined
this
Hulk,
fucking thing made me even
Yeah.
more mad. I was like,
There-
what?
the part in
Come on.
the Avengers where he says, "Like I'm always angry," and then punches the space worm, and it just dies right there.
One of the most badass parts
Exactly.
of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Avengers.
100%.
He tries to stop a Jeep from driving and gets run over. The Jeep overpowers him
In this
in this show, in the first episode.
a Jeep.
Gavin,
Yeah.
I no longer laugh
Jeep?
at the name you called him earlier.
Let's just say Christopher Nolan. Or Christopher.
Oh wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh,
I think it was because I was watching previous episodes that Edward Norton, because I think I was meant to say Edward Norton, my bad. But somebody was talking about Memento earlier today in class. So I was like, oh, Memento, we did an episode on that. Christopher Nolan. And then seeing Ethan just there reminded me of that. But, well, because you...
Remind him of Christopher Nolan.
Still
Good for
a
you,
roller
man.
coaster.
But anyway, Edward Norton's Hulk looks mighty
Tenet
fucking
sucks.
sexy right now.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to current Hulk.
100%.
has Mark Ruffalo's Hulk ever said, "Don't make me angry"?
Nope.
Nothing like.
I think he said at the beginning of
He
Avengers.
said, "I'm always angry."
It's just they
It was like the
it was like
tweet-
that.
that
It was a
tweet
tweet.
version.
His
Yeah.
version. My dad loves the Hulk, and I mean, absolutely loves him.
Yeah.
That's his favorite, just because he's always pissed, and he's like, "Oh, I can relate to that." You know what I mean? And then as I took him to see Thor, and he was like, he liked him in the beginning, and then when he started talking, he's like, at the end of the movie, he's like, "Oh, I don't like the Hulk talking."
Yeah.
And then it just got progressively worse and worse and worse, and now he's like, I don't like this Hulk.
He's not meant to talk.
He's not Hulk.
Yeah, he's. I try to explain to him, but I mean, he grows up with the old school, like
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno, and he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, just
No, yeah. Hulk hasn't really been good since
the first
Age
Avengers."
of Ultron.
Oh, Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
He's good. He was good.
We got to see him let loose a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's pissed off, kicking the ground.
Which, again, Infinity War could have saved so many attempts had they just had Hulk bust out of the suit. Endgame, I feel like, could have even... I just feel like him becoming Professor Hulk shouldn't have been something that was off-screened. I feel like that was such a major development, especially considering that's literally his character now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That was something we probably should have seen.
Yeah.
They just threw it at us.
Something. You literally just... The next scene
Years later,
is just him there, and it's like, hey! And it's like,
Aside,
what the... Like, okay.
aside from continuity gripes of the first She-Hulk episode, overall, the writing was really poor. Like, the thing that causes the accident for her to turn into She-Hulk is she's driving a car, and a Sakaar spacecraft just shows up in the middle, and she crashes the car. Bruce's blood gets into one of her wounds and stuff, and that's how she turns into it. But that Sakaar spaceship is mentioned very briefly for 1 second later on in the episode, and then never touched on again.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get more of an origin story for her, because
Yeah.
She-Hulk in the comics is cool as shit. Like,
Yeah.
I've read, like, I think 2 or 3 She-Hulk comics, and they were actually really good. And by, I mean, comic good, you know?
Yeah.
You can only get so
Enjoyable.
good. You can only get so fucking, oh my god, with a comic book.
Yeah.
compared to what we've seen so far, it's a lot better.
At the end of the episode, there's a courtroom fight scene, and I didn't notice it until I watched it the second time.
Like a fist fight in the courtroom? Or like...
She's She-Hulk, and there's like another villain, and they're fighting.
Okay, like an actual fist
Yeah.
fight. Okay. I was like, is this like a legal battle? Or
No, yeah, like an actual physical fight.
Okay.
If you go back and watch that, the choreography in that is atrocious. Like, whoever edited it together, cut it together, whoever planned it just doesn't make any sense at all. And that's very glaring, especially for that, like, quote-unquote badass moment at the end where she kind of reveals that she's She-Hulk to the courtroom. And again, the CGI is awful on her.
I don't know anything about She-Hulk, I'm going to be honest.
She really tried to pull a I am Iron Man type shit.
Yeah.
It was like, no. Can't do that in the first. Had this been at like the end, had that been the last minute, and that's what propels us into She-Hulk, and the whole thing was just an origin, that would have been a great moment to end it off on if the fight was better.
It was awful.
But the fact that this was the first episode, I'm like...
There are CW fights in later CW DC shows that are better than that courtroom fight.
Jeez.
I might have to go back and
not
just
even
watch that part
end.
then.
Not even like later on. I feel like even if you were to do like the first 2 seasons of Arrow, I felt like
Oh yeah,
fight
those
scenes.
are all way better.
Those were good.
Arrow was good.
I liked Arrow.
It's like even if we do like earlier on and then earlier seasons, so they don't have as much of a budget,
Yeah.
they're still better.
The Flash fights was weird.
I never watched Flash. I got like 2 episodes in and then just stopped.
But it was... That's She-Hulk for you. That's how Marvel's going.
Maybe it'll be opposite where every other episode's really good. Just the first one was just poor.
One can hope.
But if it's like the same quality of the first one, it won't be horrible, but it won't be good.
Gavin and I were talking yesterday about it, and I was like, I don't know the tone of the show. I don't know how they're going to put like gritty Netflix Daredevil into this show, right? Like I can understand this tone and then having like a gritty character, but I don't expect them to do that.
You think they're going to ruin Daredevil?
I think they're going to ruin Daredevil.
No.
And then something kind of confirmed that when I saw a post and I sent it to Gavin, and it said Charlie Cox, who is the actor who plays Daredevil, was all for more comical banter in the show, like for Daredevil.
Damn.
I was like, damn.
Ooh.
Boo.
Sellout.
So
Yeah.
we'll see how they do it. I don't think I'll be watching more She-Hulk. It was just very uninteresting to
All
me.
these Disney shows are like a downhill, old school Tony Hawk jam ramp. Now, wherever they start, it's just downhill from there until you get to the bottom. Usually the end, you go back up, propels you up to the next season, and then another ramp.
Yeah.
It's downhill from
all
where you
Disney
start.
Plus shows.
I think it's
yeah.
just weird because it's like a live adaptation. If it was a cartoon, then you could see this cheesy shit. I think it looks too weird in
Yeah.
like real life situations. Like, okay, this is
I was gonna say if it was a
extra
cartoon, it would have been infinitely better.
It's
Yeah.
marketed to like
This is like kids' cartoons, but
yeah,
like,
but it's not marketed to a kid's audience
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say,
there's
it's
like in the trailers there's like
women
Tinder,
in their late
yeah,
30s.
yeah. There's like She-Hulk has Tinder and has these flings like according to the trailers that hasn't been shown in the show yet, but her dating life is touched on heavily and.
the marketing is
one
so
of the scenes is her as She-Hulk carrying a man to like the bedroom, and I'm like, huh. And he was very into it.
Who wouldn't be?
That's a Gavin right there. I was gonna say like,
Hey, I'm trying to fuck. Where's she live?
Jesus.
oh shit.
What law firm she worked for? Shit.
Gavin got me banned from Tinder.
Twinder.
All right, so in other Marvel news, apparently Kevin Feige has plans for mutants in the future.
Explain what is mutants.
Mutants are the X-Men.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but the plan, you probably won't see a mutant on screen until like 2026.
Oh my gosh. Rest in peace, Gambit.
Future plans. Channing Tatum.
No, I'm fine with that. I was so pissed. My favorite superhero, and they give it to Channing Tatum.
I just want to see
More.
Nightcrawler. He was my favorite mutant.
You've never even seen the X-Men movies.
No. But I watched the cartoon when I was little.
Okay, that's fair.
So what's the distinction between like Avengers and then mutants? Like Spider-Man, is he a mutant?
Well, technically no, but
Is it like
he
what, you
has
have to be born?
you have to be
with
born.
powers?
Yeah, it's a genetic
Code.
code, like your DNA is born that way, which is why there is a moment in the comics where Magneto thinks Spider-Man's a mutant.
He wasn't born
But
that
his
way.
kids,
He wasn't born that
his
way.
kid's a mutant then.
His
wasn't he?
kids could be considered a mutant.
Who?
Yes, Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Because they were born with their genetic code being altered because of him. So
It was hard, even though it like started artificial, or
yeah,
okay.
I don't know all the details about it.
Magneto's
So
pretty badass.
Deadpool's not a mutant then, right?
Deadpool.
I mean, he had it altered, but it wasn't born that way.
I think they called him a mutant. Didn't
I was gonna say,
Because like they put you down, like they make you stressed out, whatever,
Like
until your body
Deadpool and
mutates.
the X-Men, in his movies are closely linked.
1 second, please. Deadpool is not a mutant. Okay, yeah. So
Please
he
hold.
is not a
Okay.
mutant. I had to Google
Oh,
it.
that's fair. Cool.
Oh yeah, that's a fair assessment because I never really thought about that.
As long as they're consistent with their
As long as they're
definition.
consistent. True.
Want some consistency in Disney Marvel.
will Deadpool 3 be the
This-
first ever rated R Disney movie,
Let's go.
I think
Probably
so.
not.
or is it gonna be a PG-13?
It's rated R.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. And the writers have said that Disney's been very offhands with it, so that's good.
Good.
And Ryan,
They should do that more often.
Let Ryan just do what he wants to do. With
Ryan
it.
Reynolds just started training for it too.
They should do that a lot more.
I think this is
often.
funny. When I Google, is Deadpool a mutant? It says Deadpool is not a mutant. He was not born with any special powers, nor was he endowed with powers by way of some kind of radioactive mishap like most other Marvel heroes. He is a regular guy named Wade Wilson who is diagnosed with terminal cancer. Like that's the answer.
normal, just regular guy.
Wade
Diagnosis.
Wilson is a normal guy with cancer.
Sounds about right.
Cool, but that's Marvel. Marvel, as always, we talk about it here on the show, and how it's just on a
Downward spiral.
downhill spiral. Yep. They are increasing the quantity, while the quality is decreasing.
That tends to happen.
Yep. All right. In other news, Pirates of the Caribbean. There's some news on that.
Speaking of quantity,
Is
Whoa.
Johnny Depp coming back?
No, they're going with quality on this one.
Johnny Depp's coming back?
Not
Even
at the
better.
moment.
Oh, okay. I don't care anymore.
So while producer Jerry Bruckheimer, he's the producer of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
All of
Where is it? Doo-doo-doo-doo. So in this article, it says there is still hope that the 59-year-old Johnny Depp could be persuaded to return. Back in May, producer Jerry Bruckheimer was asked if Depp could come back for Pirates 6, and he told the Sunday Times, "Not at this point. The future is yet to be decided." They're working on scripts for Pirates of the Caribbean 6, and I remember the actor who plays Gibbs, Mr. Gibbs, is like wants Johnny Depp to come back.
Oh, Gibbs.
Everybody wants him to come back.
But that's the quick update on.
That'd be cool.
is there any like plot leaks or rumors?
I don't
or
think so.
This would be a nice movie for Johnny Depp to get back on his feet.
Because I mean,
But here's the thing: with Pirates of the Caribbean, first 3 movies.
it's over. Like
Yeah, that's the story.
it's over. Pirates of the Caribbean is over. Call it something else. It could be in the same universe. That's fine. Just Pirates of the Caribbean 6.
Speaking of that,
It just opens it to comparison. If you want it, if it's a separate thing, then just make it a separate thing. Call it Legends of the Caribbean or something.
oh wow,
I don't know.
Here's an update on that article I read back.
Pirates of Tortuga.
Margot Robbie is set to replace Johnny Depp in the lead role of Pirates of the Caribbean.
I guess I'll watch.
I thought you were about to say replace him as fucking Sparrow. It's like,
Imagine.
I was like, huh?
But Johnny Depp wasn't a
What?
lead.
He was the lead in the last 2 movies. He was not a lead
the
in the
worst
first
ones.
True.
3. This is so there.
I mean, I'm interested. I'm down to see it.
There's a script that involves Captain Jack Sparrow, like a Pirates 6. That
I wouldn't be
script.
surprised if they're writing one for and one without.
yeah, or they have like there's spitballing storylines and stuff.
When is it set to come out?
They're still working on it. I have no idea.
No release date.
Some point in the future.
point in the
2025.
Yeah.
When
But
Avatar 3 comes out.
Johnny Depp himself says he's not going back to Disney because they fired him.
Oh, shout out to
What a
John.
guy.
You know what?
He said
Good for him.
he would not return even if offered $300 million and 1 million alpacas. That's what he said.
That's a man
Million
right
alpacas?
1 million alpacas.
About
Why?
2 million alpacas.
Oh, then you might be able to sway him.
1,000,001.
So yeah,
Why alpacas though?
there's that.
Does he like that or something?
I don't know.
it
I
was
think
part
it was
of the
just
joke.
Part, it was just
Okay.
kind of a
It's
joke.
like, is that?
He's really over here dissecting that shit.
Well, I was just like, that was
Yeah.
such a random animal. Figured there was some.
Are they not part of God's
Continue.
kingdom?
Continue.
Are they not?
I don't know.
Oh man.
I'm excited for it. I
Yeah.
mean, other than trying to like tie it to old successful franchises, I feel like that's a common occurrence. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, yeah.
If they go new with it, like they have a different storyline that doesn't, where
yeah,
Jack's
just
along
call
with
it
it.
something else.
I'd be cool with like Jack being along with it, like he just randomly shows up. Oh hey,
Oh, yeah.
he gets stuck with it, kind of a thing. He was so cool because he had all these like weird mysteries, like the girl slapping him, him being stuck on the island, and then it's like it just got weird when they just explored it.
Yeah.
In the last 2 movies of just him, he's more better as just like a mystery.
Because he's a side character.
But
he's
he's
a
the best
supporting
side character
character. Exactly. So he can't carry the movie on his own.
I thought
He wanted
Ant-Man
to.
was a good side character.
Who?
Ant-Man,
I like Ant-Man.
Civil War.
Oh, in Civil War, yeah.
Any movie aside from Ant-Man.
Okay. That's just so random that you put
that
that in
checks.
there. But that kind of leads me to this question of how do you guys feel about movies being made and then tied into a franchise?
Such as
Depends on whether or not the movie is good.
Well, like Ryan Gosling is reportedly in talks to star alongside Margot Robbie in an Ocean's 11 prequel. And it's like just make a badass heist
Make it
movie
its
that
own
doesn't have to
thing,
be
yeah.
that doesn't have to be
Yeah, we're running out of ideas,
attached
guys.
to it. Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
it's like they're hoping to piggyback off the name that's
Yeah.
already made.
I agree.
It's like, oh hey, I liked Ocean's 11. Let me go see this new movie then. I mean, that's what they're hoping for.
Aren't they doing that with like James Bond with Ana de Armas? Like making us like a random.
Yeah, instead of
Bond.
making
doing it?
I thought you said
a
I thought you told me
cool
that.
like
I thought she was doing Marilyn Monroe.
secret agent woman,
Yeah.
James Bond-esque character. They call it
James Bond. Yeah, that's
but
No, Ana de Armas says there is no need for a female Bond. That's what she said.
Oh, I thought you told me.
She's in James Bond.
Oh,
She was in the last one.
Honestly,
She did wonderful.
when it comes to revived sequels, revived
Her
franchises,
feet were CGI'd.
I saw that today on Instagram.
when it comes to
Or
revived
Snicker Hills.
franchises, I think my standards have been set too high by Maverick. Like, if you're going to revive a series, that was especially a well-loved one, and make another one, it better be like Maverick.
Damn, that's a tall cup of water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's
Top
not going to be like that, don't do it.
Top Gun
Don't do
Maverick just beat Infinity War in like highest grossing domestic box office.
pretty
It
badass.
was good as shit, too.
Still haven't seen it.
Bruh.
So
But you need someone like Tom Cruise who's passionate, who was in the first one, and like
Someone that likes
takes
movies.
full creative control. Yeah, and like
Someone that likes what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
someone who doesn't take shit from the industry.
He's
Who's like,
really good at that.
he's not gonna chop it up after they make a great movie.
He's earned it. I mean, he strapped himself to the side of a plane.
Yeah,
So I mean,
does his own stunts, and he's super fucking tall.
yes. So they beat out Infinity War domestically, but worldwide it sits at number 12, which is pretty cool.
Where does Titanic sit?
It is at number 3
Oh.
worldwide.
You won't.
it'll sink soon.
Spoiler. Spoiler.
Spoiler. You're so dumb.
Can't wait for Titanic 2.
I think Leo will be in that one.
I think there was a Titanic too.
Why?
What?
I don't know. Look it up. I'm
Talk
not
about
even
piggybacking off
I'm
franchises.
not even fucking kidding. There was
They
a
were really
Titanic
reaching
2.
on that one.
There was a Titanic 2.
prequel.
What went into the thinking of making the Titanic?
This doesn't look like a real movie.
Titanic 2?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was real.
Well,
Gavan
yes,
just got
there is a
tricked.
movie called Titanic 2.
They dig up Jack's old.
Oh. It's a mockbuster, so it was a mock of it.
Oh,
So it was a parody. It wasn't a real.
There's a
like,
parody
sequel.
of that? I need to see that. Is it
Titanic
good?
2. I don't.
Maybe you guys can
It has
review
a
it.
it has a 1.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
To be fair,
Must be
most
pretty
mock,
good then.
Ron
most
Gem.
like spoof movies usually do really well or really bad when
Let's
it comes to
check.
stars.
Spaceballs.
About Kung Pao.
Spaceballs
That movie was pretty
has
fucking funny.
That's
a 7 out of 10 on IMDb.
I hated
so
Yeah, but, like,
Spaceballs
let's-
so much.
Let's look at like
Spaceballs
Scary
is
Movie or
great.
something.
I hated it.
So funny.
scary movie.
I remember the first time I watched that opening scene. I was like by myself in the house, and I was like, you know, the ship. that
Oh,
comes.
yeah.
And in my head, I was like,
Scary movie has a 6.2.
I was like, what if they just keep
bad.
it going? And sure enough,
It's
they just
not a
kept it
1.
fucking
Sure
going.
enough, they did.
And I was like, oh, I hate this so much already. Like, I just predicted the first part. I was like, oh, it's gonna be, I just started this.
Honestly,
man.
they have the perfect cast for that too.
I
Yeah.
do like the combing thing scene though. That's my favorite.
Comb the desert. And they're out here with that.
He ain't found shit. That's my favorite.
That's classic.
I remember Patrick sent me that, like a random YouTube. I was like, that's pretty funny. What's that from? I watched it. I was pissed.
Can we?
Do you
I
want
think I've changed my selection. I just got
the
reminded.
runtime?
Hour and 15.
Okay, let's do it. I've been wanting to watch that too.
I just got reminded of it because you said we were talking about Titanic
Yeah,
too, and I'm
we
like,
will.
what the f-
On the fly change for movie review.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's
And
way different.
Speaking of movie, oh wait, I wanted to watch that. Okay, we'll watch that first. I'll pick that for next week. We'll watch that first. I'll pick this.
You wanted to watch
Oh,
the
okay.
original.
Okay.
With movies, let's get into the movie review. Well, hello.
Sensitive today.
Welcome back.
Last week's,
Even though we didn't go anywhere.
I didn't say welcome back. I said hello.
Oh, okay.
Last week's movie was Terminal, the 2018 movie. Every time I looked it up, I got 2004 with Tom Hanks, which pissed me off.
Sorry, but
But Gavin, what did you think of Terminal?
Well, let's start with the good stuff. For one, I think the music was a really good
I
improvement.
really enjoyed the music
compared
and
to most
sound
movies.
design overall.
Yeah, music and sound was really well. I liked, for a little bit, I liked the set pieces. I liked the colors. And I think I saw somebody compare it to like ice cream, where it's like, it's good, but damn it, if I had to eat that every day, all day, it eventually loses its taste and I don't want to see it anymore. So the color and all that was great, but it got a little too, they got really carried away with making it super artsy in that aspect, to where it kind of was annoying to see it every now and then. Like, you saw The Great Gatsby and you saw Elvis, like that type of editing style.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that with just the fake sets and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, which again, done every now and then, I don't care, but it was done quite a lot. So, I think Margot Robbie did a great job. She was trying to carry this film as much as she could. Cast did a great job. However, I think that's about it for me when it comes to how much I liked about it. I forgot the guy's name that was in Hot Fuzz in like Shaun of the Dead.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Simon
I knew his name
Pegg.
coming into
Yeah.
here. And when I saw him, I was like, oh shit, he's in this movie. And again, they all did a great job, but I just think writing was okay. It was like I was watching a theater performance, especially towards the end with how much fucking narrating they did or talking. Like, what is it? My mom was watching it and she said, oh wow, I'm glad we got to have a soliloquy and just a random ass ending.
Yeah.
Because to me, the ending didn't really fit.
Okay.
I didn't like the ending.
And Paul, you're the one that recommended this movie. You really like it.
it's a guilty pleasure movie for me.
Guilty pleasure.
It's like Tombstone.
I saw a
that
lot
level.
of Margot Robbie scenes. I can understand why it's a guilty pleasure for you.
Yeah, I mean that's some of the reason, I guess you could say. No, so I actually really like the neon. That artsy style is like right up my alley for the most
Yeah.
part.
Just watch Blade Runner.
I did.
Okay.
I told you I didn't really care for it. That's where I saw Ana de Armas for the first time. Anyway, so back to Terminal. I like that neon. So I'm also a huge sucker for Alice in Wonderland too, and that was obviously
Yeah.
really behind this. Like it was a main theme. Margot Robbie, obviously. And when it comes to movies, I love dialogue, and I like it's like psycho,
Yeah.
psychotic, talking about killing. It's as weird as that sounds. It was very just like dark, and then I like all the twists and turns. I love I wish Mike Myers was in it a little bit more, but I just like seeing him in like an actual role other than like messing around as like Austin Powers or something.
Or Shrek, yeah.
That's right.
And I mean, to me, that's what kind of gave away the main villain. Is I'm like, I know we're not using Mike Myers for this small
As a janitor?
role. Yeah. So I mean, I didn't think he was the one pulling all the strings, but I knew his character was much more than just, what do they call him, the cripple?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't expect him to be their father. He looks completely different from how he looked in the flashback. But I thought a lot of the twists came out of nowhere. Like, there was never mentioned that Margot Robbie's character had a twin. The only
I think that was intentional, though.
Well, I mean, I get that, but I mean, if you like one of those, I guess I can understand. But him being her dad, out of nowhere, the guy that ran the orphanage or that was in the orphanage being like a predator type thing.
Yeah.
Again, I get that she knew him. That was referenced to
Yeah.
when they were in the diner talking to each
He's
other.
like, do I know you?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I
he
feel like I
kept
would
saying
remember
that.
you. But him being assaulting her, I was like, what? Like out of nowhere.
Well, because he was a likable character, and then they throw that in there, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, he's like made to be this professor
Yeah.
of like this elegance and the way he holds his pens and stuff.
I think the Margot Robbie like twin thing, if they were both blonde, would have made it less confusing. You know how she's brunette for some of it? Like, she has different hair all the time. If they just kept her the same hair throughout, then the twin thing would be like, oh, she has a twin.
Or if they had done stuff where it's like, okay, well, I guess now that I was about to say, like, if she'd done stuff where it's like, how the hell were you here? You were just here. Well, in the scene where the dude's about to shoot her, when he says, come on over, I don't know if there was a time shift, but she got over there pretty damn quickly. Upon from hanging up, it was like 2 seconds later the door opens.
Yeah.
So maybe that was a time shift or whatever, but if there had been moments like that where it's like we see her in one place and maybe the characters don't know, but like the audience is like, hey, how did she get over there so quickly, or how could she have done that?
I think
it could have alluded to
sense.
that.
With the movie, Paul saying the writing, the dialogue, I thought the words exchanged between the characters were really clever and neat and entertaining to watch. But I just felt very out of place with the world they were trying to build, kind of confused, like what are they trying to go for? Simon Pegg did great, actors did great. But I felt like a lot of the reveals and twists were just thrown in there kind of like out of nowhere, and it was very unexpected.
It was a really unexpected movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when it first came out, I was like, trailer, I was like, what is this about? And then even going into the movie, I didn't know what the hell
I would have liked to see it in theaters just because of the sound.
It was good
The
in
sounds
theaters.
were very crisp. Every sound effect, the music, soundtrack, and all that. That was good. Margot Robbie's always fun to watch.
It was almost like a Harley Quinn origin story at the end, to be honest.
It seemed very reminiscent of Harley Quinn. And, I forgot what I was just about to say. Never mind.
I like the
Take it
cat
back.
and mouse games, though. Like, that she was playing with the Hitman. And, like, the overall, like, she's just trying to gain business, but then it's like a turn that it's her dad who killed her mother.
I remember about the plot. I remember being asked, like, halfway through the movie, what's this movie about? And I was like, I don't know.
That's how I felt. That's how I feel every time I watch it.
I was like, it depends on who's on screen at the moment.
So I think watching it like a second time, knowing what to expect, might be a more pleasant experience. But I was confused for a lot.
This is one of those movies where it's rewatchable for me, like Tombstone. Yeah. Like, remember when I told you, I don't think it's that great, but I just I like
Tombstone.
Yeah, it's really good.
Sounds good.
But
I don't think it's that great.
No, but
it was really good.
but I'm biased, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm just really just loving this movie. Like, the dialogue, it's a big thing in it, and the same with this one. I'm I just like
Tombstone is an S tier movie.
I was just going to say, I thought Tombstone was a really good movie.
I thought he said he hated that.
I thought he said it too, but I don't remember.
When the fuck did I say I hated Tombstone?
I hated you for a little bit when I thought you said that.
When did I say that?
You know it's not.
I hated you when I thought you said that.
What? You know what's not an S tier movie? Tenet. And that has been a reminder that Tenet is not a good movie. Do better, Christopher Nolan. Anyways, Terminal.
Do better, Christopher Nolan.
I'd probably watch it again just so I can get appreciate everything else while I already know what's going on.
What do you think of the artsiness?
The artsiness?
I like neon signs and shit. I just like the colors. It's like
the
Alice in
thing-
Wonderland type.
The thing it reminded me of was Blade Runner 2049. Was that kind of like art style?
Cyberpunk.
It was like,
But it was more gritty though. It was
more
gritty. Like Gotham City with cyberpunk.
It was more like Gotham in the Batman movie. Like just
It was dark, and then there's 5 characters in the entire movie, and then it's literally all just dialogue. I'm in a diner. I'm in a hotel.
But I can appreciate the art. The cinematography was beautiful. Seeing all that.
It's also a low, like whoever made it was, I forgot, it's Lucky Chap. They're not like a high end.
And Margot Robbie produced it too.
Ooh.
Oh, that's why I liked it so much. Okay.
You liked it so much because Margot Robbie was in it. Okay?
Yeah, she's pretty hot. She was pretty good in that movie. She's actually a pretty good actress, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Good to look at, good acting.
All right.
All right. Okay. Ethan, what do you think of this movie?
Well, I just told you all that.
Rating.
I meant like rating.
Rating wise, yes. That's okay. That's my job when I ask. Gavin, what would you rate this movie?
I thought we were going to flip it up.
Well, then you have to say what would you rate
Okay,
it. You said what do you think?
Like
That's
he
how I opened with
was
it.
like not listening to anything you said the past 20 minutes.
No, I'd probably give it like a 65%.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
65.
Paul, it's your guilty pleasure movie. What would you put it?
95.
At? 95, really?
Yeah, I can keep watching it.
Oh my
I like dialogue, dude. I'm a sucker for dialogue. I don't care.
It's a 63 for me.
63. What did we put Free Fire on? Was Free
It was
Fire
50s.
50s? Okay, I was like,
No, Free Fire.
honestly, I don't know. I feel like I would have rather watched Free Fire. So either I'm going to have to bring Free Fire up or put that down.
Well, You make that decision, Gavin.
Okay, I'll put it to like 58% then.
Okay.
I
What
think
was Free Fire for you?
I think it was like a 59. I thought it was a 60 for me.
Dog, I don't remember.
I have no idea. Anyway, Free Fire was better in my opinion.
I
That's not saying
like
much.
the cast a lot better in this movie.
Oh, yeah,
and I
no.
like the perform. I think everything about Terminal was great, except I couldn't get into the story and the plot.
That's why I was kind of upset that I didn't like so much about it. Is that going in with the cast like that, I was like, this movie should have been amazing, but I just didn't see it.
I think it has good rewatchability. That's also why I like it.
I think so too, but you know, it just they had everything. It's just that compelling story for me is what ranks it so low. But that is a movie review, and next week we will be watching. Last minute switch. What is it, Gavin?
The VelociPastor.
The VelociPastor.
Watch for free on Tubi. So there's no excuse for you to not watch this movie because it's free.
Go ahead and read the synopsis.
Yeah, that's how you know it's bad. Dude. Holy shit.
You want me to read the synopsis?
Read the synopsis.
All right, cool. The VelociPastor is a 2017 American comedy horror film written, directed, and edited by Brandon Steer. The plot follows Pastor Doug Jones, who becomes infected by an artifact, resulting in him turning into a velociraptor when he becomes angry. Now,
Oh, it's She-Hulk.
I'm going to assume that there are probably religious ties as, pastor.
Yes.
And I guess I saw this post somewhere else, too. So
He's a pastor, yeah.
He's a pastor. He teams up with, I think it was like a prostitute or something like that.
so,
And then he fights ninjas.
Yeah.
That
The
sounds
budget
awesome.
was like $38,000.
Yeah. It was written, directed, and edited by one man.
My one-eyed Fitz?
Looking at the pictures here,
I wish
can't
I
wait
had
to watch this movie.
$38,000 for a movie.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
36,000. My bad.
I wish I had $36,000 for a movie.
Its scores
Get some pro bono actors. and
aren't
you're
even
good to
that
go.
bad either. The audience scores a 71%.
Because it's probably really good. Do you
It's a
not
rotten
see the
gem,
title?
dude.
This movie is better than
VelociPastor.
fucking Eternals compared to
That's not saying much, Gavin.
according to.
Setting the bar pretty low.
I don't even know if this is just joking reviews or if this movie was genuinely that great.
Like, this meal is just,
I think-
it's a little better than dog shit.
I think the people...
A little better.
The people that would see that title, VelociPastor, I'm going to watch this, that's the target audience.
I think
okay?
they're high as fuck.
I immediately think of like shit like
drunk.
I immediately think
That's
of
why
shit like
they're-
Sharknado or
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Oh,
But like
100%.
people that have seen anything past the first Sharknado, that's the target audience of Sharknado. So
They're usually
that's a hardcore fan base then.
exactly.
they're
Which
usually just
harbored
stoned out their
enough-
mind.
Can't fucking wait for Sharknado 4. Let's go.
I was gonna say it not only made a second one, but a third one, and I don't even know if
They
there's
made
gonna
a
be a fourth one.
lot.
Aren't they like on 8?
There's like
They made 8?
I think so.
I thought they only made 3.
You're way behind on your
Hey,
Sharknadoes. bro.
Holy!
There was a good stretch of years where like sci-fi was just pumping out
Dude.
movies like that.
Before like Marvel and the superhero
Yeah.
movies came.
No
it was like-
fucking way.
Giant wasp.
there's
baby.
yeah.
Stupid shit.
There was 2 Sharknadoes that came out in the same year. That's crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's Sharknado, Sharknado 2,
Snake Avalanche.
Sharknado, Sharknado Feeding Frenzy, Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens,
This
So there's
summer,
5 of them?
Sharknado 5, Global Swarming, and then in 2018, the last Sharknado, It's About Time. And I think that has time travel, so.
Who the fuck is watching these? To make how many is that? What 6?
This
that is
summer,
7.
the
That
Great
is 7
White
movies.
bites back.
Holy shit!
Background doing all that.
They should release it during Shark Week. That'd be fucking dope.
That what the?
How has
I
that
gotta
not
watch
been
these.
a partnership?
I gotta binge
they
them.
have
I
to have
know.
done that.
How long? Are
No
these?
way.
Do you know how long these are?
So the first one was released in July, and I know
The Rock doing
Shark
Shark
Week is
Shark
in
Week this
July.
week or this week this year.
The Rock's doing everything.
The Rock's doing it, dude.
I thought Jackass did Shark Week this year.
Where's
Not-
Kevin Hart?
I think it's The Rock.
Wasn't Shark Week?
It already
August.
passed. I thought.
I thought it was in July.
That was like the first week of August.
I was gonna say I thought it passed.
Every week is
I remember
Shark
seeing
Week.
Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville on it, so it was a Jackass thing,
Was it this?
or maybe it was
Okay.
last year. I don't know.
I don't know.
Some point Jackass did Shark Week.
I feel like I remember that too.
Not when it's Sharknado. When is Shark Week?
When is Sharknado?
Sharks are cool.
what kind of
Shark
season
Week
does it have?
is the
September.
It's been different every year. This past
It's in
year,
August, right?
It was July 24th to the 30th,
What?
and Dwayne Johnson did do it.
When the fuck did Jackass do it? It's so crazy.
Then last year it was the middle of July. The year before it was August.
I thought it was the first
But
week of August every year.
Sharknado looks like Sharknado is released every July, so they release in
Okay.
same time.
Good
so.
for them. Good
How long are we overdue? We're overdue for a Sharknado.
Well, the last one happened, so I think it was 2018.
Well, there's going to need to be like a return of the Sharknado or some shit.
All right, let's do it.
Rise of the Sharknado.
Let's do it. Okay. We'll dress up Kylo and Achilles as sharks. And
Sharknado returns.
Just throw them at each other.
Two dogs.
Revenge of the Sharknado.
Revenge of the shark.
Throw at each other.
A new Sharknado. Sharknado Strikes Back.
But yeah,
Sharknado Strikes Back. Return of the Last Sharknado.
Gavin, you want us to go watch Sharknado?
No.
Or you want to watch VelociPastor? Okay,
What if they showed that in theaters on a Thursday?
I'd probably go.
I'd
Yeah,
see
I
it.
mean, I'd go.
It was like a Tuesday night classics or some shit.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
shit like that.
I'd go see it.
Tuesday Night Classics. Sharknado.
They give you an edible at the fucking counter.
Next week, The Godfather.
Wow,
I like where that's going.
Christ.
I'd probably go see Sharknado on a Tuesday night than I would The Godfather.
Oh, really?
I feel like you could
Godfather's
watch.
so long.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could watch like 2 Sharknados. You could watch 1 and 2 by the time
two
Sharknado
Sharks.
3 comes out.
Okay, let's get into the static. I have no way to segue.
Welcome to the static.
Paul's laughing. All right, Paul. You have a quite funny story for Gargle God here.
For Gargle God and Hakobo.
He hasn't heard it before?
No, just you. And you got a half-ass story at the gym. All right, guys. It's another work story. Sorry. I deliver water, whatever.
Not hourly, yep.
Not hourly. Yeah, thank you. All right. So I'm delivering to this like car business, right? And usually in this car business, there's a lot of hot.
Like a dealership? Or
No, it's I don't know what the fuck it was, to be honest. It's in like an industrial area.
Okay.
So it's like got like a warehouse kind of, but they have like exotic cars.
They have like parts or like
No,
kits
they have like
or-
actual like Lamborghinis and like I don't know what it was.
Huh, okay.
But yeah,
Maybe
it
it's
was-
like an office? I don't know.
It was like an office, but like they also had like a big garage in the back. They had like all these like McLarens and shit.
Detailing? I don't know.
I don't know what it was. So I'm dealing to this place. I don't even remember what it was called. And normally when I go in there, it's usually like an office full of like chicks, usually pretty hot. And so I see that come up again. So I know this place. Like whenever I see it on my handheld, I'm like, all right, cool. So I have to go back there, right? And then I notice it's like for a pickup. So I'm like, oh crap, they're probably like canceling whatever. So I walk in there, and then this time, usually it's swarmed with girls. Now it's just like 8 dudes. And these dudes are like...
They found out about the girls.
So they range from like 21, 25. Just imagine like college.
Imagine us hanging out like this.
No, like imagine preppy college. Just
He meant like men.
Like frat boys?
frat boys kind of stuff. Yeah, like just young, successful people. But yeah, they have expensive cars, so they're doing something. Someone's dad owns something. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I walk in there. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I'm just, I guess, here to pick up stuff. So I always have to drop off the water in the back. So I have to go through the door, and that's where I see all the cars all the time. So I have to go in. I'm picking up water this time. And so, like, they're quitting their service. So since they're full, it takes me a little longer to pick everything up. So I walk in there, grab the first 2, and I walk out. And as I'm walking out, I hear, like, the guys just getting super rowdy. And they're just like, oh, like a whole bunch of, like, yelling. Just a bunch of guys being dudes, you know? And I'm like, what the hell? Okay, whatever. So I put them up, and I go back in there. And then as I'm leaving there, they get rowdy again. They're like, oh, we need to make a bigger target. We need to make a bigger target. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I came in here to see chicks, and these guys are just getting rowdy over here. So
You went there to work.
I went there to work and see chicks, but these guys are getting rowdy over here. And so there's quite a lot of water bottles, so it takes me a couple trips. And then so the third time, like, they're getting super fucking excited, right? And as I walk out, I see this. They have, like, a big glass window. It's kind of like your guys' front window. And on it, they're like, oh, we need to make this big target. So I see this big, huge circle. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then as I walked out, I hear a huge fucking thud, like a big old boom.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm still just going on my day. And then I go back in there after that thud. And then everything's, like, quiet, like, just normal. Like, oh, okay, like, our excitement's over. Whatever they did is over. like it was just the weirdest thing. So I walk in, I open up that door, get the last 2. And as I'm walking out, I just see this big, huge fucking dildo suction cup sticking out the window on the bullseye, just fucking balls and everything, dude.
This is in a dealership.
In the dealership because they're moving, and there's a bunch of fucking like guys being dudes, bro. And so I see
Dudes
that
being bros.
dudes being bros, and I'm just like walking down. I'm like, it all clicks. So I put.
Yep, that makes sense.
Like,
Okay, cool.
That checks out.
Are you guys hiring or what? That looks like fun. Well, way better than what I'm doing right now. So then I load up, close the bay, and I haven't seen them since. But it was just funny because I kept hearing a big old thud. What the fuck is that? And then I go back and there's fucking girthy ass bastard, just 10-inch suction cup.
Reverberating from the bullseye.
I want to.
Surprised that shit didn't break the window.
Did you get that at Spencer's? Because I used to sell a lot of those back in the day. Flesh colored, veiny. I was like, God.
Oh my god!
I can just imagine them chucking this dude.
You examined this fucking dildo.
I know my dildos. I had to sell a lot of them, bro.
Analyze
good
the
look.
shit out of this.
I worked at Spencer's for 6 years. Aw, you bastard. So anyways, just imagine throwing at a glass wall, dude. These things aren't fucking light.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, but okay.
Nice cover. Nice save.
What do you think?
Nice save.
The guy on the radio,
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Holmberg, says that he actually carries around a dildo in case he gets into a fight, and it's in his car.
Who?
Holmberg, he's on the radio.
Oh, do I know Holmberg?
Mark Holmberg?
John Holmberg.
John Holmberg. I think I'm Mark Cuban.
98 KUPD.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just funny because he mentions it every once in a while. I was like, yeah, dude, he's like, man, if I ever get searched, they're going to see this big dildo. And I'd be like, why is that for? It's like, for self-defense. Or swinging it at
Would you
someone.
fight anybody that whipped that shit out?
Why don't we give Gavin a
point.
dildo
We're gonna
to
give
fight?
that. We just might.
Good luck putting that on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't want to draw that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, just kidding. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, just kidding. Oh. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Wow. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Wow, you really did that joke 8 times in a row, huh?
More than Sharknado, you bastard.
Okay, I'm good. Gavin asked me to draw him porn earlier this
What the fuck? No, I didn't.
This is him and She-Hulk.
Exquisite. That is false information.
week. It's actually true. I said,
No,
you
it's
can't
not.
afford me.
No, I didn't.
I'll show you the receipts.
The people of the public, this is a lie.
Maybe. You'll never know.
Oh,
So yeah, that was my story.
That's a good story.
nice.
Man, that's crazy.
I kind of have a.
Bitch, feel like you have a long dick, and that was Dildo story.
I have like a road rage-ish story.
Well, that's really great because the next thing is road rage.
Oh, would you look at that?
Whoa.
What timing? Not necessarily like a. I kind of feel bad. Not really.
Okay.
Don't.
Anyway, I was going into
Don't.
work today.
I feel bad. Not really.
I was driving down, the 101, going into work. And I'm cruising. I'm definitely going the speed limit, by the way.
Naturally.
Definitely.
As one would.
Absolutely.
As one should.
If this is being used in a court of law, I was definitely going the speed limit.
I believe him.
And then, I can see the highway's pretty empty. It's like 9:30 in the morning, maybe. So, I mean, it's not like super early, super
You miss
late or
rush hour.
anything. Yeah, I don't catch rush hour when I go into work. So I see this car in my rearview mirror. It's zooming up. It's coming up quick behind me, and it's like a BMW SUV. And so I'm like, okay, here we go. And it's like right behind me, and it moves over, and then goes in front. I'm definitely going the speed limit, by the way, so I can kind of gauge how fast they're going.
Oh, they're
And
hauling ass.
at least 90. I'd say maybe like 100, close to 100. So pretty fast. Zoom in, it goes. And I just see who's driving. It's this woman, blonde, whatever. I was like, I'm just like, bitch. She keeps going, and I go about my day, and I forget about her. So then I'm like 5-10 minutes later, I'm merging onto the interstate to continue my commute. And as I'm going around the ramp, it kind of overlooks the interstate before you merge, so I can see down. Oh. And it's backed up. And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. So, but where I would merge, I can see it's kind of done. I would miss the traffic. So I'm like, oh, cool. So the ramp comes to a slow. There's an accident, and there's cops already there. But on the ramp, before you get to the interstate, there's 2-3 cars stopped, crashed. I don't really know what happened.
Piled up.
Yeah, they're off to the side of the ramp. So it's down to 1 lane now versus 2. And I'm like, great. So I have to slow down, merge over, And as I, get past, guess who it is? The lady in the BMW. She crashed the car. And she was walking around. She didn't seem hurt, so I felt totally fine laughing at her as I drove by. I was like, back on my day.
This is your reminder to follow the traffic laws.
Yep.
And to not speed.
Nope. Do not do that.
That's funny because
What?
Speeding's funny, huh?
well, no, it's I been
speed.
driving more lately, so I've had more opportunities of road rage stories, and I had, I think, 2 or 3 incidents yesterday, and they were all with a BMW. Why are BMW drivers the worst drivers?
It's actually Nissans. Paul?
I don't drive a Nissan. What's a Tacoma? Oh, I do right now. I'm driving a Nissan outside.
I'll say
I'm a great fucking driver. I'm
definitely
the
a
best
Nissan
driver here.
Are you?
There's definitely a Nissan.
Gavin, you
on the
have
track.
any road rage stories to share with the class? Sure you do.
I'm gonna need to replace my front bumper because I was riding next to a truck, and fucking piece of sheet metal flew up and hit the shit out of my car. I thought I popped a tire with how loud it was.
Jeez.
And luckily it hit the bumper, punched a hole right the fuck through it. I went home and examined it, and there's a big ass hole through.
Oh my god.
So I was like, 5 to 3 more feet upward, and that would have been pretty bad. So
A little bit.
But this is on my way to work. I was listening, or not work, to school. And what is it? What is Love was playing.
What is?
Yeah. So I just remember just blank staring, like the Ryan Gosling stare from fucking Blade Runner. Just like as it happens, I'm just like, just crank the fucking music up, and I'm just like, whatever.
Just accepted it.
Yeah, I was like, fucking figures. Like first day of school. God fucking damn it. And so, yeah, just silent rage.
Rough.
Ordered a new one off of Amazon.
Got a
Fucking
bumper off.
New
You ordered
car
a car
off-
part off of Amazon?
You ordered a new car on Amazon?
Yeah, you could do that. You can order car parts.
You can order anything off Amazon.
You put in, it's like a special thing. You put in your car model, year, make, all that
On
stuff.
Jeff Bezos.
And
Shout out
it'll
Son
give,
of a bitch.
it'll
Jeff
give
Bezos.
You,
You did it again.
it'll give you car parts that are viable for your car.
That makes
Pretty
sense.
bad.
It's almost like
When you go to get your car service or something like that, and they tell you need to do all this stuff,
Like AutoZone.
just go there.
yeah.
To Amazon?
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah, you can get the meta attachments.
I got a whole new front bumper for $120.
That's pretty good.
So dealership would have been like probably $1,000.
Oh, shit. For a bumper?
Well, I mean, to put it on, it's gonna be
$800 in labor fees.
yeah.
That checks
That's what I'm
out.
saying, dude. People working at car dealerships must be fucking millionaires with how much they charge you for this shit.
Pretty sure they
Oil
are.
change, $100.
Yeah.
Okay, a 10-minute oil change, $100.
You have time to throw around dildos.
These motherfuckers are making like $50 an hour.
Dude, these are like nice cars too. McLarens and shit. Like Ferraris. I'm like, what are you kids doing here? Who's buying these?
What dealership was it?
It's not a dealership. I'm in Tempe though, ish area, like border.
Yeah, it's like an industrial complex.
Yeah. And it's like just not even really like it's next to main roads, but it's like a lot of businesses around there, and it's just weird.
Huh. Weird.
Not there anymore.
They're moving.
Yeah.
Cancel their water, too.
Left the dildo though.
They left it?
I don't know.
Oh.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be funny if they left it, went back and grabbed it.
Yeah. Took it home. Yeah, that'd be so funny.
That's what you guys are doing.
Totally did not happen. Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it?
Where
are they?
Where did you hide it, Paul?
Don't check my work truck.
Self-defense.
Self-defense,
That's
baby.
what you were picking up, huh?
Just freeze it. It's like a fucking club at that point.
So you guys need that?
You guys need this?
Just take it off. Fucking,
What was that?
right off the fucking
Take it off with your mouth?
I mean,
like the suction, like the suction sound?
what you call it? What's his name today?
Gargle guy.
Gargle.
Jesus.
Full circle.
That will come to fruition.
You know the sound it makes when you unstick it?
Actually, I don't.
The sound a dildo makes when you unstick it from
Yeah.
the wall?
I've
No,
never
I don't
known.
know what that sounds
Shout
like.
out Antonio, because I know what that sounds like. Fucking, he also brought it to a place and was just fucking with it. And we almost got kicked, out.
Bad choice of
Very
words,
poor
bro.
choice of words.
Poor choice of-
Can you tell that story more in detail?
I probably shouldn't.
Okay,
but-
go ahead, though.
No.
We got the gist of it.
I will not.
I just got done talking about. Never mind.
But I was like sitting close to him. So every time he like picked it up.
Where were you?
I think it's worse if you don't tell the story.
Yeah, you're making my mind just like go off right now.
I will not. I'll leave it up to your imagination.
Oh, that's a bad idea,
Son
Gavin.
of a bitch. All right, I'm going to tell the story the way my imagination fills it. Okay.
It is false.
We'll tell it on Old Fashioned.
We'll tell it on
Still pending, by the way.
yeah,
your
we've already
business.
recorded 3 episodes.
Where
Where
of your
how
damn
many have you
business.
published?
0.
What the fuck?
We're building suspense.
Okay.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Gavin.
Go ahead and post that whenever you're ready.
Post what?
Is there a release
Exactly.
date or anything?
Okay, we'll announce it right here.
Let's go.
The first episode of Old Fashioned will release on September 4th.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's subject to change, though. Just kidding.
Okay.
No, we're shooting for September 4th. We have some plans, and we're quite excited.
Nice.
I feel like we found our footing after
the
3 tries.
revamp.
Yeah, we've recorded
6.
6 total, but we only have 3 episodes.
Cool. Well, at least you got it now.
It's been great, though. It's been great.
It's been a lot of fun. Shout out to Dre.
Shout out to Dre. Shout out Dre.
She's a cool aunt.
Yeah, that's my aunt.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Renting out the space for you guys.
Yep, all we have to pay is lunch
Or
when we show
office
up.
space.
Yep.
I bought our canes.
Mm.
So here you go.
Here you go.
Thanks for the 6
Speaking
hours.
of canes, who likes coleslaw? Who puts coleslaw on a menu?
Boston
Coleslaw
people.
is the real devil's lettuce.
He's got a point.
Really not that good.
Exactly. Cool. We all agree. Thank you.
You always substitute that for an extra bread.
Yeah, bro.
I think that's
Always.
what everyone does. All right.
Treating these hoes like coleslaw. The
You
way they
substitute-
traded out for bread.
Patent that saying right now. Put it on a
I
t-shirt.
stole it. It's not mine.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Quick. I stole it.
Before this gets
He's like,
copyrighted.
lawsuit.
It is not mine. I do not claim it to be mine.
lawsuit. Gargle God did not say it. I'm sorry.
Gargle God. Is that name going to stick?
It won't. This will be the last episode I'm here.
That's his Instagram handle. When we have him on Old Fashioned, we're going to introduce him as Gargle God.
You can follow Gavin at Gargle God on Twitter.
No. I will never have that as my fucking name.
Gargle
It's so
God.
funny, though.
It's funny
6'9".
because now if I need to make an anonymous profile for anything, I will definitely use that name.
We'll see his name in the comments.
Gargle God.
Follow me on Twitch at Gargle God.
That's. I'm just saying that might have some traction.
Name's half the battle.
It's true.
Speaking of battle, Gavin versus Wild. 2 weeks ago, Gavin fought a toddler-sized orangutan. It wasn't a toddler orangutan. It was an adult orangutan, just the size of a toddler.
Yeah.
A lot of people were confused about it. But Gavin still kicked its ass, 75 to 25.
Choke that bitch out.
So, good
No
job,
whip.
Gavin. So we're going to up the stakes.
Okay.
We're going to have you fight a lion.
Okay.
What
cat.
weapon did we give? With a
A
scythe.
dildo.
With the scythe.
Now, here's the discussion we should have, gentlemen. Is Gavin capable of just killing the tiger with the scythe? Is it a fair fight, or should we buff or
Tiger
nerf
or lion?
nerf the tiger?
It's a lion.
Lion, my bad.
So the
Lion.
goose.
Sorry.
Considering the scythe isn't really a weapon, I'd say it's somewhat even.
He's already
playing
pissed
field.
me off. What's he gonna do with
That's a
it?
fair fight.
I'd say it's a
I think it's a fair fight. It's a fair fight?
Yeah, it's fair as you can get.
Wait, you're green?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
whoa.
And for the first time on Gavin vs. Wild, Gavin agrees. to the
Gavin
first
agrees.
proposition.
I was saying in defense of not buffing the lion.
Oh, I said nerf.
Oh, nerfing the lion?
Yeah.
You said buff. You said what should the lion have?
Well, you already showed your cards. You
No,
think it's
I was
fair
arguing-
fight.
I was arguing it in defense of
He bluffed
like,
and you fell for it.
I was arguing in the sense of the scythe isn't traditionally a weapon, so it's like
Oh, it's a
buffing
Grim
the,
Reaper, bro.
buffing the lion. would be
Neither
pretty
is a
shit.
dildo, but you still see a guy carrying it on him.
Yeah. In this car.
Your car?
No. We're talking about John Holmberg.
Oh, okay.
Listen to the radio, guys.
All right. So does the lion need a nerf or not?
No, I don't think so.
Make him
For me, no. For him, maybe.
make it an orangutan sized lion.
All right, this lion, right? Where are they fighting it? Maybe we
Let's
can
fight underwater.
Africa.
Oh shit!
The African jungle.
Let's do underwater. How long can lions hold their breath for?
6.
A Pokemon Stadium battle.
Like when Todd
What's his
and
team?
Aang fought.
We each have a team or what? Pokemon
No.
battle?
No, you're just in the stadium.
That should be a fucking one of these days. Pokemon battle.
Are you one of the Pokemon?
No.
Oh,
Gavin,
Am
I
I one of
choose
the
you. Gargo God.
That's his final transformation. It's your best name, by the way. You think good job.
thanks. He hates it.
Which is why I love it.
What if we give the lion
Laser beams.
He's got
laser
dentures.
dentures?
Yeah, they're not real teeth. They're still as sharp, but they're just dentures.
So you take away his fangs. I mean, he could still
What about muzzle?
claw him.
It was already a muzzled tiger.
Yeah.
With
True.
a spear, you have a scythe against a muzzled lion.
I think straight up is good.
I think straight up is good too. And we will see if it is overwhelmingly lion just destroys Gavin, then we'll rethink our methods.
What if it's
but-
hard of sight, but it could still see, but it's just slightly?
Hard of sight?
Yeah.
Is it nearsighted or farsighted?
Not 20/20 vision, but it's like 19 or 18/20.
That's actually better.
18 vision?
Yeah, because the higher the number, the worse the eyesight.
That 20/20 was like perfect.
Uh-huh.
No.
But the higher the number, like,
So 18.
if I'm like 60-20, that's bad.
60/20.
60-40.
is a measurement.
Let's do enough to where they don't need glasses,
It's not like a gauge.
but without them, it's kind of like, you know.
So Gavin versus a lion.
With bad eyesight?
Nah, just
No,
line.
just a lion.
It's a lion. How you gonna do it?
I'll probably try to slash at it,
Naturally.
like see if I can kill it before it gets to me.
Makes sense.
You have
You
a
got
lot
the
of
reach.
Yeah, a lot of
You got
reach.
the reach.
Makes sense.
Do you have the power? Do you have the strength? The
Yes.
determination.
Let's say he works on a farm for a year, he knows how to use it really well, then he goes out there and fights.
I'd say, especially if I had a year, yes.
6 months, and then he goes out there.
6 months, yes.
I'd give him the dub on
3
that one.
months.
3 months, yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's kind of fair.
A day.
No, 3. I think 3 months is fine.
3 months is fine.
Okay. It's not going on the Instagram story though, so
That's fine.
okay.
But he knows it.
He does knows it.
All right, cool.
He does know it.
We should have rematch ones for the two that you lost to someday.
The
I
hippo?
lost to the fucking shark.
The hippo and the shark.
The hippo, dude. I had a
Vote.
killer strategy.
If I lose, then I can't see my shark kids anymore.
That's true.
They're going to star in the next
That's
Sharknado,
true.
bud.
I can't see my babies anymore. You don't want to deprive a kid of their father, do you? I don't ever see them, but I mean, just the idea.
But you pay
But you
child
exist.
support.
They know you're out there.
I pay child support, yeah. The child support that I have not paid in months, but yeah, I pay it.
Makes sense. Checks out.
So this lion.
Yeah, what about it? It's a male or female lion?
A lion. is
Lion or
male.
lioness?
Lion.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, lionesses are the ones that do all the hunting.
True.
Lioness then.
No do lions.
Fine.
Because they save themselves for the alphas.
Lion.
Got a couple good fights in them.
Yeah, I think I have it.
I think you have it too, Gavin.
Really? I really don't.
I don't either.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
then can
that's
I
all
ask
you're
why
giving.
I'm not getting buffed?
Well, you got to have a better strategy than I'm going to slash at it. That's
Yeah.
predictable.
It's a scythe. There's really not much you can do with it. It's just, you just come at it with an angle and try to hook the fucking neck.
So what you're doing is you're going to try to one-shot it.
I'm going to have to.
Okay.
If I can't, then yeah, I'm dead.
You don't
Well,
sound very confident.
So here's the thing about lions, Gavin. Like a lion tamer, right? It's them. They have a little stool and they have a whip. Because lions, they don't see it as like, they see it as 3 different things. So technically, you have a scythe and a Gavin. So they see you as 2 different things. You can play some mind games with that bitch.
I'm probably going to try to strike it in the head as hard as I can when it gets close enough.
I'm thinking you can like deter it a little bit, like scare it, make it think that the scythe is something else. And then you can take little jabs at it. Pop, pop.
I don't think the lion would give a fuck.
I mean, if a stool,
Not with that attitude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
not with that
the whip hurts.
but a stool
So it's like getting whipped. Like, yeah.
and a scythe.
Have you ever been
doesn't hurt?
whipped?
Scythe doesn't hurt.
No. But I mean, I imagine it's probably like, damn, this guy I hate this shit. I'm
You've
going to
never
back
been
away from it. No.
Never.
Nope.
Okay. I recall whipping you one time.
That was
Whoa.
Colin.
Whoa,
That was Colin.
I also whipped you once.
No, you didn't.
that was
there.
Colin. I also whipped you once.
You were there.
Go back to the static, Jake.
was
We'll
gonna
figure out about this.
I was there, but I didn't get whipped. No, I thought Colin paid
You were
you.
there.
All right, no, you paid him.
You
did
paid
pay.
somebody to whip.
Yeah.
That's a funny
Or
story.
was it Jaden?
you guys gonna
it
tell
was
that,
called-
or are we gonna let our imagination run for this one
let's
too?
leave this out of context. I like it better.
I like it too. Yeah.
3 solid whips.
3 solid. That's all it takes.
It was great, and the payment was awful. Anyways, yeah, that's the
I'm voting
Gavin
lion.
versus Wild. Gavin with a scythe versus a male lion. Be sure to vote on our Instagram story and on our post. We
Lions are only
will
males.
collect all the votes and see who wins. If you believe Gavin can take it on, then vote for Gavin. If you believe the lion will become victorious, then vote for the lion.
I think this is a third loss.
You think so?
I do.
Ye of little faith. Speaking of Instagrams, follow us on Instagram at OEF White Noise and OEF Studios, as well as go ahead and give the Old Fashioned Pod a follow as well, because we will be releasing those episodes soon.
And we got a TikTok now.
Do we?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, we do. We
haven't
do.
post anything on it.
It's the same thing at the Old Fashioned Pod. Nothing's posted on there,
On
but
TikTok, go follow.
will be
Please.
soon. And also be sure to follow us on YouTube. It's at One Eyed Fits. And leave a comment while you're at it. If you leave a comment, maybe it'll be read on the next episode.
Unless you're Paul, then it doesn't get read.
That's true, because I didn't see it. Anyways, last week's comment is from Elmo's therapist. Prey, 8 out of 10. Camera and sound were awesome, and I enjoyed all the Predator scenes. I think dialogue and acting held the movie back just a tad, but not enough to completely distract you from the movie. Wasn't a fan of the Predator remodel. I liked his mask, but not his new face. That's a lot of the criticism I've been seeing about it, is the design of Predator, which I thought it was fine. I don't know why
I
people
don't mind it.
gripe about it.
I thought it was fine.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
You thought it was fine, Gavin?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Thought it was fine. I thought it looked maybe even better.
Wait, it's his mask or his face? Sorry.
Well,
Both,
both
right?
of them were redesigned, but like the
Oh, yeah.
face was like the
They
thing
didn't
people were
like
concerned
it?
about. Yeah,
Oh, okay. He still has the little.
yeah.
Oh, same shit then.
Same principle,
Exactly,
yeah.
Gosh, damn.
Yeah.
Was it
He was a fucking Neanderthal. at the
People
time.
want all aliens to look exactly the same. Jeez. Ugh.
Speciest.
I saw, what was one of the fucking episodes
That one.
that I wasn't here? I don't know if it was the Predator episode. I think it was the Predator episode.
It was last week.
That was last week?
No, it was with Cameron.
That was 2 weeks ago, I thought.
I think Cameron was it. He
It
was
was one where you were talking about like how to hold 3 water things.
Oh yeah, that was last week.
It was last week when we watched Predator.
How do you all through
Trying-
steroids?
Trying to, no, you need to go back and listen to that and go bring it into the concept of you don't know how to do it.
No, I
So
do.
hearing you explain how to do it
I was
was
also
very, very imaginative.
I was 2 tall boys in at the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was
he
gonna
was
say, like-
he was acting it out right here, and he looked all stupid.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, as you were talking about it, in just the sounds and like the way you were wording it, it just,
Did you want me to show you?
no.
It's really easy. I don't do it because I'm not on steroids.
All right, DaJakey, do we have a factuality for the week?
Yes, sir. So this one is going to be inspired by Ethan.
I got you.
This one's inspired by Ethan.
Sorry, by me.
He is the, out of the entire United States, he's the greatest consumer of milk,
Am I?
chocolate or otherwise.
8 days sober.
So one cow, a single cow can produce 200,000 glasses of milk in its lifetime.
How many
Glasses.
gallons is that?
How much is
Approximately 1,500 gallons a year.
Yeah. Oh, that seems like a lot.
So, I mean, you just got to buy 5 cows and you're set for the month. You can just, cycle through
I just said I'm 8 days sober.
for now. Yeah.
Oh wait, for
now.
chocolate
Did
milk.
you get your chip?
No,
Oh.
chocolate milk. I'm 8 days sober. I had a couple glasses of milk last night.
It's the same
So
thing.
weird.
A couple glasses last night.
I let loose a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I cracked open a couple glasses of milk.
A bottle. He's been hiding.
But it's because I bought a gallon last week and I need to drink it before it goes bad.
What do you buy? Is there like a specific?
Just the local brand from like Safeway or Fry's. I prefer that over Shamrock, unless it's chocolate milk. Chocolate milk, it just depends on my mood.
I really don't care about the chocolate milk economics.
What's that thing I sent you of American Psycho when he's like points to the radio?
He's
that
explaining
meme?
the fucking
I
songs.
photoshopped that with a Shamrock chocolate milk there, and I said me explaining the lore of chocolate milk to Paul.
Oh, God.
Funny thing is he's actually in the movie explaining the lore of the music to Paul. Right before
Hey,
he kills him.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Cool.
Cool.
I like milk facts, milk trivia.
You're welcome.
Damn.
Good job,
I
Jacob.
can go for a glass of milk.
Oh.
Extra cold. All right. We really appreciate you joining us. Gargle God, you want to sign us out?
What
Oh,
about
wait.
the
Song of the week, Paul. My bad.
Oh, I get to do it for sure?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Ice JJ Fish on the
No,
floor.
you dumb bitch. I'm not putting that song on the freaking playlist.
Do it. I said it.
I'm not.
Ice JJ
I'm
Fish
not.
on
No,
the floor.
that's not the song of the
go.
week.
Let's
That's
go.
not the song
We're
of the
putting
week.
it on the Spotify
Gavin,
playlist.
what's the
It'll be
song
the-
of the week?
The song's going to be Easy Lover by Ellie Goulding.
Easy Lover by Ellie
JJ
Goulding. That is a song of the week.
I will play it.
No.
Bonus, you get 2 songs of the week.
No, there's only
For
one.
all the times that they missed, you get 2.
No.
Ethan.
But if you want to check that song out, you should. It's horrible. But it is not
Watch the
associated
music
with this
video on
show.
YouTube.
And with that being said,
Let's go watch Ethan gargle.
yeah.